Welcome to Cubing Corner, your place to learn, practice, and improve at solving Rubik's Cubes and puzzle variations. Here, we are going to learn the basic moves that we can do in solving or in moving, mixing the basic parts of this Pyraminx. Before we continue, please do subscribe and join us in our journey as we learn, improve, and grow together in the world of cubing. So previously, we're able to understand or learn already the basic parts of this Pyraminx. It's a version of a Rubik's Cube just in pyramid form. We also have a 2x2 Pyraminx, but this time we have a 3x3 Pyraminx. For this video, we need to learn the basic moves that we can do for this Pyraminx as we are going to use them in solving a mixed Pyraminx in the next videos. So let's start here with a basic move that we can do for this second layer, talking about layer from the bottom to the top. This will also be similar to the moves that we had in Rubik's Cube, but we are going to limit some of them, and we're going to look at how are these moves in the 3x3 Rubik's Cube applicable to this Pyraminx. The first, as mentioned, is this one here. When we try to move this layer together with this tip in this direction, okay, here, so looking at the top, it looks like it moves clockwise. So this is the move for your U, right? That's your U. Again, U is this motion here, moving this second layer with the tip towards this direction, and it stops here. So since this is not actually a 4x4, just like in Rubik's Cube, this we have three faces here. So basically, moving clockwise in this direction 120 degrees. Again, 120 degrees, that's 360 divided by 3, right? 120 degrees, that's for your U. Again, this is our U. The next movement that we can learn is actually moving this layer here together with this tip again. Okay, this layer moving to this part here. Again, moving to that part, looking into this tip, it's still moving clockwise in its direction. So this is now our R until it reaches this placement. Again, here to here, that's our R. Again, clockwise, 120 degrees, this is our R. As for this side here, okay, so if we're going to move this down, okay, move this down, pertaining to this tip here, still, it moves clockwise in direction, 120 degrees clockwise in its direction, moving here to there as long as it fits this portion here. That's our L. Again, that's our L. So we just only have these three basic moves because unlike our Rubik's Cube, where our face would move like that, okay, we may not be using that later on. But of course, if you would like to, that's our face, moving this entire layer here, front layer, leaving this in a clockwise direction. We also have actually the movements for our D, D just like that, but it is similar or the reverse form when we move our second layer. So we only have our U, 120 degrees, we have our R, 120 degrees, and our L, 120 degrees, okay? That's clockwise in its direction. Of course, similar to our Rubik's Cube, we also have the variation, the counterclockwise movements indicated by our prime. So if this is our U, 120 degrees clockwise pertaining to this tip, if we're going to move it in this direction here, counterclockwise, still 120 degrees, that's U prime. That's U prime. Again, this is our U prime. Similarly, if this is our R earlier, clockwise in direction for this tip, if we are going to put it down until it reaches that there, again, so it follows a counterclockwise movement until it reaches there, that's actually our R prime. Then, for this layer here, since this was L, earlier, moving clockwise in this tip, 120 degrees here. So if we're going to move it counterclockwise, so just like that one there, right? Counterclockwise, 120 degrees. This is our L prime, okay? So that would be the variation of our first three movements. This would be our U, counterclockwise, going here, this direction. This would be our R prime. Sorry, this was R U prime, right? R prime going down counterclockwise at the tip, and this would be our L prime. L prime, just like that, counterclockwise at this tip. Again, you can also have F prime here as you move this layer, but again, it will not be used later on in solving a mixed Pyraminx. The final version is, of course, just like in Rubik's Cube, if you're going to have it move just like this one here, but we will be on a second movement. In short, not just 120 degrees, but 120 plus 120, that's 240 degrees. That's actually equivalent to your U2. Again, this would be our U2. 1 and then 2. So that's your U2, which is just actually similar to our U prime. Take note, if we have our U prime, the yellow phase ends here. If we have U2, so 1, 2, 240 degrees, the yellow ends up here. So that is why some of the notations for solving Pyraminx do not use 2 anymore. So just like this one here, if this is our R, 120, if we're going to repeat it again, that's 240 degrees. Does that be U2? R2 rather. But this is just similar to your R prime as the yellow moves here. So again, the basic moves would be U, R, and then L. Again, it goes down. Then later on, you will have your L prime, U prime, R prime rather, and then U prime. These are the basic moves for our Pyraminx. It could happen here, here, and here as well. So let's have a short review for this. Okay, just a short review for us to be reminded of the basic moves. I would like you to use the comment below so for you to answer these items. What is this move? Okay, from here to there. That move is R. How about this move here? Okay, this layer, but take note, that's counterclockwise. This is U prime. How about this one here? Okay, this move here and there, only 120 degrees, but going counterclockwise. That's actually your L prime. So please learn these basic moves because in the next video, we will be solving now a mixed Pyraminx using these moves that we have learned in this specific video. And let's not forget, at Cubing Corner, we believe every solver starts somewhere, one turn at a time. See you in the next video.